Hello, NASCAR fans! If you've been following the racing scene closely, you won't want to miss today's intriguing updates. The NASCAR scene is buzzing with big news, particularly surrounding Kaulig Racing. Trust me, you'll want to stay tuned to discover what's been going on behind the scenes that might potentially shake up the world of motorsports. So keep tuned to NASCAR Zone for the latest news regarding NASCAR's silly season. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. The puzzle pieces are gradually falling into place for the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series lineup, although a few significant pieces remain on the chessboard. Typically, the silly season for the Cup Series concludes before the engines roar to life at Phoenix Raceway for the season's final race. Therefore, brace yourself for a flurry of developments over the next 10 weeks. First, let's summarize what's already been settled. Martin Truex Jr. has committed to piloting Joe Gibbs Racing's number 19 car for at least one more year. Justin Haley is departing Kaulig Racing to join Rick Ware Racing. Turning our attention to Kaulig Racing first, which initially entered the Cup Series as one of the promising new teams alongside 23XI and Trackhouse Racing, the situation has evolved. Kaulig Racing has parted ways with Justin Haley, and the future of the number 16 car is now up in the air. On August 31, PRN speculated about the possibility that A.J. Allmendinger might not return as Kaulig's full-time Cup driver, with Ty Dillon or Daniel Hemrick potentially stepping in. While it's plausible for Allmendinger to return, it also makes sense if he chooses not to. His Cup experience hasn't been as enjoyable as his time in Xfinity, where he was competing for wins regularly. Additionally, the demands of the grueling Cup schedule, coupled with the recent addition of his first child, might make him reconsider his racing commitments. While Ty Dillon and Daniel Hemrick wouldn't be considered poor choices for Kaulig Racing, they lack the star power of drivers like Kyle Busch or Austin Hill, both of whom Kaulig president Chris Rice mentioned as being close to signing in the past. Hill's decision to extend his contract with RCR caught Kaulig off guard, necessitating a revaluation of their options. Within the Kaulig stable, there's Chandler Smith in the Xfinity Series, but whether he's ready for a Cup Series promotion remains uncertain. Another driver who has garnered attention is Matt DiBenedetto, especially after announcing his departure from Rackley War at the end of the year. DiBenedetto could be a viable choice, given his ability to deliver strong results for smaller and mid-tier teams, even though he didn't secure a win with Team Penske equipment via Wood Brothers Racing. Noah Gragson is another contender for the Kaulig seat. It's possible that his suspension will be lifted once he completes sensitivity training. Gragson previously had a relationship with Kaulig, driving part-time for the team in 2022. Joining Kaulig would likely represent the best Cup opportunity for Gragson, and he might even bring sponsorship through Black Rifle Coffee. Rice also indicated on DBC that Kaulig has already signed a driver for next year and will reveal this news in the coming weeks. However, it's unclear whether this pertains to one of their cars or both. Now, speaking of updates about Kaulig Racing, what are your thoughts? We're all ears. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Corey LaJoie has inked a multi-year deal to continue with Spire Motorsports. Front Row Motorsports has confirmed its intention to retain its current driver lineup of Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland. Austin Hill's future was sealed when he signed a multi-year contract to remain with Richard Childress Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Josh Berry is set to take the wheel of the Stewart-Haas Racing No. 4 car, filling Kevin Harvick's shoes. Meanwhile, Ryan Preece shared with Frontstretch that he's on the brink of finalizing an extension with his current team. Additional sources have provided further confirmation of Ryan Preece's contract negotiations with SHR. Assuming that the deal is secured, the question arises: what other opportunities remain open? One prominent possibility is the fate of Eric Almirola and his potential retirement. It appears increasingly likely that Almirola will not return to SHR, and his sponsor, Smithfield, is set to depart with him. While there's still a slim chance Almirola could have a change of heart if he does choose to retire, the pool of potential replacements is relatively limited. Zane Smith emerges as a compelling option, especially after FRM granted him permission to explore other opportunities for the upcoming season. While it's probable he would stay within the Ford camp, there are murmurs suggesting it might not necessarily be him. Cole Custer and Riley Herbst, the two Xfinity drivers affiliated with SHR, could also contend for the seat. However, neither of them would be considered a high-profile signing to elevate the team's current performance. In a highly unlikely scenario, Denny Hamlin could be considered, as his agreement with JGR is yet to be finalized, and 23XI Racing hasn't renewed its partnership with Toyota either. Nevertheless, Hamlin has indicated that he intends to maintain the status quo, given the success he and 23XI Racing have achieved together. Recently, there have been rumors suggesting that Stewart-Haas Racing, SHR, might consider selling one or more of its charters to recoup some of the financial losses incurred due to the departure of significant sponsors, including Anheuser-Busch, with Smithfield and Mahindra potentially following suit. However, it's essential to take these rumors with a grain of caution, as they remain speculative at this point. While SHR is expected to find a replacement driver for the number 10 car, the identity of this driver remains uncertain, particularly if Zane Smith doesn't take the seat. Additionally, Legacy Motor Club's number 42 car has an open seat following the team's parting of ways with Noah Gragson. Carson Hocevar is temporarily piloting the car at Darlington Raceway, but it's unlikely that he will permanently take over the ride since he's a Chevrolet driver, and the team is transitioning to Toyota. John Hunter Nemechek seems like a strong candidate to take over the number 42 car at Legacy Motor Club, especially since The Athletic had already linked him to the team even before Noah Gragson's departure. It would also be a fitting choice given that his father, Joe Nemechek, previously drove the number 42 in the Cup, although it was for SABCO Racing, not Legacy. In the unlikely event that Denny Hamlin was to leave JGR, Nemechek could be a suitable replacement for the number 11 car, with someone like Grant Enfinger potentially stepping into the number 42 seat. Enfinger currently drives for the team's truck effort at GNS Racing, but that operation is set to shut down at the end of the year. However, it's widely expected that Hamlin will remain with JGR, leaving Nemechek as a prime candidate for Legacy. Regarding Carson Hocevar, there are indications that he might replace Ty Dillon in Spire Motorsports' number 77 car, with Gainbridge coming on board as a sponsor, along with potential involvement from the Andretti family. This could bring increased funding to the team and potentially lead to performance improvements. It appears to be a promising opportunity for the talented young driver. As for Rick Ware Racing, the team made headlines by signing Justin Haley to a multi-year deal. While it's not yet confirmed which car he will drive, Jeske suggests it's more likely to be the number 51. This raises the question of what will happen with the team's number 15 car, which remains uncertain at this time. Regarding the future of Rick Ware Racing's number 15 car, several options are on the table. They could continue rotating multiple drivers, with JJ Yeley potentially being one of the notable names in the mix. In the case of Wood Brothers Racing's number 21 car, it now appears highly likely that Harrison Burton will continue with the team for another year, putting to rest earlier rumors suggesting otherwise. As for Shane Van Gisbergen, if Trackhouse were to secure a third charter, they would likely go full-time with him in 2024. However, obtaining additional charters is challenging, so Van Gisbergen may race part-time in various NASCAR National Touring Series. This could involve him running the Trackhouse number 91 car in select Cup races, while also competing for Kaulig in Xfinity and Nice Motorsports in trucks on a limited basis. Then, in 2025, there's the potential for the New Zealand driver to transition to full-time competition in a third Trackhouse car. Silly season is gradually taking shape, but there are still several pieces of the puzzle awaiting placement. The coming weeks promise to be intriguing as the final details are ironed out. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.